What is up, everyone? I'm Anthony, and I'm here to talk to you guys about the latest episode of Dark Matter. And if you haven't already checked out the playlist of all the episodes that I've talked about so far of Dark Matter, go check that out over there, because we covered every episode so far. So you have my theories, you have my thoughts, and whether or not I want Jason to end up with Amanda or Daniela. You know, it's a big question. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and go check out my community tab, because I am on there all the time asking you guys questions like, what shows would you like me to cover next? Because I like to keep you guys involved to the channel. I don't want it to be like you got to pay a subscription fee for you to be able to help mold and shape this channel. So I ask you guys a lot of things, like what TV shows you guys want me to cover next and what movies and all that stuff. So go check out the community tab, subscribe to the channel. It's a lot of fun. Everybody is really, really nice there. So without further ado, let's get into episode 5 of Dark Matter, titled Worldless. The episode begins with a bang as Jason and Amanda continue to open doors, hoping to return to Jason's reality. But this time, the door they pick leads to an ocean. After a near-death struggle, they finally close the door, and Amanda asks Jason how he was actually feeling when he opened the door. Jason admits that he was feeling pressured and overwhelmed when he opened the door, which then the box manifested into a world where the box is in the ocean. This makes me really wonder, how can anyone really master controlling the box? We'll get into that later on in the episode, because they do talk about that aspect a little bit, of how evil Jason is able to control the box so well. They don't outright explain it, but I think we're slowly but surely getting to that answer. But I have some thoughts and theories of my own with that. You know, if I was in this situation, I know all of us watching this are probably thinking like, hey man, if I had this box, I'd be doing some crazy things. And I've been thinking that too, but I also think that I wouldn't be able to not focus my mind. I would be all over the place. And the place I'd probably be thinking of was probably in constant war possibilities every time I turn around. Why does that sound familiar? Amanda and Jason wake up in the box and exit into a version of the Velocity lab that seems to be shut down for quite some time. As they make their way back to the box, they are stopped by Blair, who is shocked to see Amanda and Jason. Jason explains the situation to Blair, and Blair tells them what is going on in this world. Blair says that this world has been overrun by some sort of bug that eats everything it sees, and that this world's version of Jason brought them back. Amanda asks Blair why won't she come back with them, and Blair says that she isn't ready, and that she was starting to go crazy while she was in the box traveling through worlds. Blair tells Amanda that sooner or later she's going to have to start thinking about what she's going to do when Jason finds what he is looking for, and we'll talk about Amanda specifically a little bit later on in the video, because I really think that this episode is Amanda's episode. It gives her a lot of time to shine and develop her as a character. And like I said, we're going to talk about it a little bit later, but I think this moment is very significant for her and the possibility of what's going to happen to her going forward. Before Jason and Amanda leave, Blair gives them notes that she took while she was on her journey and tells them it's much more harder than they think, and that thinking about where you want to go isn't enough. And even with all her training, she still couldn't master it. Evil Jason continues to train Layton on how to use the box, and Layton says that he will give him $1 million for each vial of the drug that he gives him. It just sounds like to me that Jason found his golden goose. Jason tells Amanda that he might have a way to help steer the box to where they want to go by writing in the notebook that Blair gave them, helping him to focus more. After writing down his desire, Jason opens up the door, and it leads to what looks like the same place Jason was drugged by evil Jason. Thinking that he is back in his reality, Jason goes to check outside. When they arrive outside, there's nothing to be found. The world is quiet and no one is outside. Amanda says that they should go back, but Jason says that he needs to go home so he can learn more about the box and how to control it. Jason arrives to his home and finds Daniela, but she seems to be very, very sick. And Jason and Amanda are confronted by officers who tell them about a virus that has infected the entire population, and that Daniela is too far gone and that she doesn't have much time left. One of the doctors gives Jason morphine and tells him that this will end her suffering. Jason tells Daniela about the morphine, and Daniela agrees to take it. making Jason inject her. Jason and Amanda try again and end up in a world that looks very similar to the last one, making Jason think that they might be in the right place. Jason walks into his house and takes a knife from the kitchen. Yeah. The moment I saw him do that, I was like, this isn't going to end well. Jason bursts into his bedroom, scaring Daniela, and Daniela screams and calls the cops and tells them that her ex-husband is here and that he should be in prison. Charlie tackles Jason to the ground, but Jason breaks free and says that he's going to leave now and that he got it wrong. You know, this scene probably was the scene that frustrated me the most. It was like the scene I didn't like. Because I get it. I know he wants to see his family. But you're not really sure, you know? So why didn't he just knock on the door like he did in the last world and just, you know, make sure that everything's fine? You know, he could have done that. But no, he gets in the house and he takes a knife and that's like his first thing. Didn't he think about, like, what if he saw Charlie first and he's holding a knife, or he saw his wife first and he's holding a knife? It just didn't seem, it seemed a little bit out of character for him. Jason runs out of the door and tells Amanda that the cops are coming and that they need to go somewhere safe. Amanda leads them to her mother's place, and her mother is distraught and thinks that she has seen a ghost, because in this world, Amanda has passed away. Amanda plays along and tells her mother that she is in a better place and that she needs to keep taking her pills. Meanwhile, evil Jason goes back to his reality and takes 2 bags full of the drugs needed to use the box. Before he can leave, a worker named Mara tells Jason that another Jason came here and he and Amanda went into the box and Layton went after them. Evil Jason gets back to the other Jason's reality and tells Layton that he has 50 doses of the drug ready for him, but now he has to seal off the box so Jason and Amanda can't come through. And the episode ends. I gotta say, I didn't expect that the episode 5 was going to be, if not better, but as good as the last episode that we got. Because I think that episode 4 is probably the best episode that we've gotten so far. It's expanded the world so much. It's finally when we get into the box and we see all the different dimensions. And I thought that's where they were going to stop there. I didn't think we were going to see any more different type of worlds because they showed so much in episode 4. But episode 5 surprised me. I mean, there's a lot of door openings and a lot of different universes that we see Amanda and Jason go through. Granted, the last couple of worlds that they went to, they start to look very similar, and that's because, you know, Jason and Amanda are figuring out how to focus in on and go to the worlds that they want to go to, or at least similar into the thoughts that they're having. So I was kind of like disappointed that we didn't see any more like weird, crazy worlds like desert worlds or monster in the fog world or just snow world, stuff like that. I wish we got a little bit more of that, but it makes sense that we're seeing similar areas in these worlds that they're going to. I also really love that we're getting a little bit more character development, and not only Amanda, but also evil Jason. We're getting a lot of like his motivations and his desires of why he's doing stuff. We're slowly but surely peeling back that layer of why exactly did Jason do what he did, and at what lengths will he go to, have that and keep that. But as always, guys, let me know what you think of episode 5 in the comments down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think about the whole, the amount of worlds that we have been seeing? Do you like the amount of worlds that we've seen? Or are you kind of like me and it's like, I like that we're seeing all these worlds, but now that they're figuring out how to use the box, we're just seeing similar versions of the world, like similar sets, like Velocity Lab is like a couple of times, and then like back into that abandoned bunker thing that where the box is in Jason's reality, but it's a different reality. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now we're going to get into the theory section of the video where I talk about some theories and some thoughts and little questions that I've had in this episode. And the first thing that I want to talk about is, what are dares? Now, there was a scene in this episode where Amanda was talking to Jason, and Jason was recalling like a time where he was trying to get money for his favorite candy while he was waiting for his mother in the hospital. And he was trying to figure out what the candy was, but he remembers the wrapping. And they start going through like different names, like Butterfingers, like Skittles, like all that stuff. And Amanda says, were they dares? And Jason's kind of like, I never heard of dares. We didn't have dares in my universe. And then the scene kind of just ends. And I was kind of like, was this necessary? Like, what did this add to the series as a whole. So I started thinking about it, and I was like, this must be something that's going to happen in the future. Something, these dares are going to be an indication that they either went into the wrong universe or that something is different. I think that's what's going to happen. My theory is, now here you go, here it is that Jason is able to get back to his reality. And everything seems normal. You know, the other Jason is there. He defeats the other Jason. And, you know, it's a big old happy ending and everything. But then his son, let's just say his son or somebody, he's walking by down the street, something. There's going to be a scene where he goes somewhere or sees somebody with dares. And he's going to look at that and he's going to be like, I'm not in the right universe. And I think that's going to be really, really cool. Even though I thought about it already, if they do that, I'll be like, oh, that would be really, really cool. And I think that would be a good way to end the season. If that was the season finale of like, you know, evil Jason is defeated, happy ending. And then, you know, Charlie's like, hey, Mom, pass me some dares. And then he's like, yeah, I'm in the wrong place. Let me know what you think about that theory in the comments down below. I think it's kind of crazy, but I actually really, really like it and kind of hope that that's what happens. But let me know what you think about the dares in the comments down below. I think they're probably like their version of nerds, probably. I don't know. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is Amanda's plan. What is her plan after or before Jason finds what he's looking for, finds his reality? What is this Amanda going to do? Because I feel like she can't go back to the other world. She doesn't know that Layton is looking for her and Jason. But I feel like she feels that there's nothing left for her in that world to go back to. So she probably doesn't want to go back there. So what does she do? Like, does she stay where Jason's reality, but there's probably a version of her already there? But what I think is going to happen, and I hate to say this, but I think, you know, I've watched so many different sci-fi shows and movies that are similar to this, that I think that Amanda is going to help Jason defeat the other Jason, or she's going to be able to, like, take him back to the other reality and something's going to happen and she's going to end up, you know, passing away, dying in the process. And that's how the show is going to, like, tie up that loose end. Because that scene with Blair and her when they were talking, and Blair saying, like, you're worldless now, you're homeless, you have nowhere else to go. What are you going to do? You got to do something for yourself. And I don't think Amanda knows what she wants to do. I think she's still holding on to this idea and this thought of her love for Jason. And she still doesn't quite believe or want to believe that the Jason that she knows can be capable of such horrifying things. So that's why she wants to travel with this version of Jason, because she likes this version of Jason. Maybe this version of Jason was the Jason that she knew for a while until the evil Jason turned evil. So I think that, you know, Amanda sadly is going to be passing away, and that really sucks because, you know, she's a great actress and great person to look at and everything. So it sucks. But what do you think about Amanda's fate in the series so far? What do you think she's going to be doing? Is she going to go back to her reality? Is she going to go to a different one? Let me know in the comments down below. And the last thing that I want to touch on here is, how is the evil Jason controlling the box so well? Now, there was another scene in here where Blair did say that it is way more difficult than you think controlling the box, and it's not as simple as just thinking about, oh, I want to go here, and then you'll go there. You have to, you know, close off your subconsciousness and be able to do that. And they talk about that a little bit more with Amanda and Jason when they go to that one reality where Daniela is sick and Charlie is dead. She talks about, like, you know, we got to turn off the subconscious and everything. And that's, like, I'm assuming easier said than done. So the only thing that I can think of is, like, some kind of a hypnosis, maybe, that you could turn off the subconscious. Maybe that's what's going on. But that leads me to my other question is, how is this evil Jason able to do this? How did he figure that out, for one thing? And then how is he able to just turn off his subconscious? And not only turn off his subconscious, but travel with somebody else and make them turn off their subconscious. Is it just as simple as just meditation? because he did suggest that to Leighton when he was taking him all over into the multiverse. And for somebody that didn't do meditation in a long time, he just did it. He took a couple of breaths and then that was it. Is it that simple? Is this you need to take a couple of breaths and do some meditation and you'll be fine? I don't know. I think there's going to be something a little bit more different than that. But I think that there's going to be a little bit something more to it. At least I hope there is. But we will see. So let me know what you think about that theory in the comments down below. And as always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We're almost to 3,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all the support and love that you've been giving the channel. And, Dark Matter is ending soon. We're on episode 5. A little bit more, halfway through this entire series. So I gotta start thinking about the next stuff that's coming up. So like I said in the beginning of the video, make sure you comment down below or look at my community tab. I already put out a poll there of what series that you guys want me to check out next. If you have any other suggestions that are not on that poll, let me know in the comments down below, because I want you to interact with this channel so we can get involved and we can talk about stuff that you want to talk about, all that jazz. But as always, guys, keep watching.